Alright. I believe we are rolling. Alrighty. What's up, people of the world? It's me again, Alex Swimmer, aka AP3 Jumped. Welcome to another TV episode review. Today, I'm actually going to talk about the second stop-motion Spongebob half-hour special known as the... the whole title is called SpongeBob Legend of Boo-Kini, but you probably knew that already. Well, so like I said, this is the second stop-motion animated special. The first one they haven't done one since 2013. That was just your standard Christmas special, which is what I love about this, because you don't usually see Halloween get stop motion specials. You always see stop motion Christmas specials, but never for Halloween. At least not usually. And that's why I love that's one of the reasons that I love this special, is because the fact that it went with that direction, that it decided to be unique about that. Have a stop motion special for this particular holiday, because like I said, I don't think that's really been done before, except for mainly with Christmas specials. But let me talk very briefly about the episode. Well, I'm not even sure where to begin. First off, I loved the special. It was pretty awesome. And it's mostly story driven. It's not really comedy driven. I mean, the jokes are pretty good throughout, but they're not like the main focus of the episode. The main focus is the actual story, which involves the Flying Dutchman, which apparently this is his first appearance in 6 years. So I did not realize that at all, but holy crap! If that's the case, then if that's the case, then that makes me even more happy to see him come back, because the Flying Dutchman is actually one of my favorite characters. Plankton's still my favorite SpongeBob character, by the way. This is also my very first review for anything SpongeBob at all, too, by the way. So, let's see, what can I talk about next? The story. We don't really get to the meat and potatoes of the story until like the halfway point. But once we get there, not to say the first half is bad. It might be a little lackluster at worst, but it's still the first half is still enjoyable. Now, once you get to see the Flying Dutchman, that's where things really take the cake and go sky high, because from that point onward, the episode really starts to shine from that point onward. Not only because of the Flying Dutchman himself, because he's a fantastic character, and also just everything else. What happens, the animation itself, which I'll get to in a minute. But yeah, the second half is probably the better half. Like I said, not to say the first half is bad at all, like I said, but the whole entire special is great. But the second half is where the episode really shines. I know it sounds like I'm repeating myself a lot, but what I really want to talk about is the animation itself. Like I said, this is the second stop-motion animated special, and that's probably the best thing out of the entire episode, honestly, is the animation itself. And it seemed like they kept the same models and toys and, some of the set pieces, like the characters' houses from the Christmas special. Seems like they kept them all this time and made some new ones. This episode marks the first time we get to see the Flying Dutchman and I believe Karen in stop motion form. This is definitely Flying Dutchman's first stop motion appearance, without a doubt. And I'm pretty sure it's Karen's first stop motion appearance as well. She might have appeared in the Christmas special, I'm not entirely too sure. But nevertheless, it's awesome to see new characters in the stop motion format, which I love stop motion, by the way. It's one of my favorite forms of animation, stop motion or claymation, because stop motion animation, regular animation itself, just regular 2D or 3D animation, is is painstakingly tedious enough as it is, but stop motion animation, it requires even more work and more time and more effort put into it. And claymation, by the way, is even harder than stop motion, just regular old stop motion. But I'm digressing a little bit. Like I said, the stop motion animation is just breathtaking to look at. And what's new about this special that the Christmas stop motion special didn't do was that there are puppets too. Actually, there's a lot of puppetry involved throughout the special. There is a marionette style puppet, which is actually a Frankenstein style like monster / robot that Sandy created, and a lot of the ghosts seen in the Flying Dutchman's ship throughout the theme song titled "Ah," those are all puppets as well. And mixing that with the stop motion style, it just really pays off. Once you blend it all together, that's where it really just becomes awe-inspiring to look at, honestly. And watching some of the behind-the-scenes stuff too is pretty neat as well. The behind-the-scenes stuff was pretty good. Like, you got even more insight on to how they did the special, even more so than what my prior knowledge of animation is. Like, I saw an actual timetable on the board, like an actual schedule of how many seconds they want to try to film per day. They started production in January of this year, and it took them about 2 or 3 months to make all the props and set pieces and stuff. From what once it okay, now I have a new theory. If they didn't keep the models, some of the models from the Christmas special, then I have a feeling they might have had to recreate some of those from scratch on top of the brand new ones that they made, like, Flying Dutchman and the ship and all the puppet characters and whatnot. Still, creating all that took about 2 or 3 months, and then the actual animation process took about 2 or 3 more months. And yet, one singular 11-minute segment of The Loud House always takes 10 months to do. But I'm getting a wee bit off topic. But I don't really have anything else to say. I mean, I've been gushing over the episode a lot because it is one of the I wouldn't say one of the best SpongeBob episodes. I mean, it's one of the best visually. I would say, like I said, the stop motion alone is what really makes the episode for me. So yes, I'm glad that this happened, and here's hoping for more stop motion specials. Although, given the interval that we got between the first and second stop motion specials, we might not get another one for a couple more years or so. Because 2013, 2017, that's a long time. Excuse me. Although it's either 2012 or 2013 where the first stop motion special came out. But I'm glad if you like this video, then don't forget to subscribe. I thought it'd be fun to not only review this episode, but also compare the two stop motion specials just a little bit. So yes, if you like this video, then don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to stay tuned for the Loud House Halloween special, Tricked, along with the rest of this week's episodes to be aired. Because now I can upload reviews. Now that I have a Contour from Cox, I can upload the reviews like the day of now. So that's pretty good. Instead of having to wait a few more days or a week or from now on, Loud House episode reviews will only be uploaded 24 hours at the most after they first air on TV. So yes, you will not have to wait long for the reviews after the episodes themselves have aired. So yeah. What did you guys think of the Christmas special? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What were your thoughts on it? I thought it was one of the best modern SpongeBob episodes. I mean, modern SpongeBob has gotten better. I haven't watched very much of Season 10. I've watched very little of Season 10. But I heard that Season 9B, like the second half of Season 9 and Season 10, are really starting to get great again because Steven Hillenburg being executive producer and whatnot. coming back into the series after so many years, after essentially retiring from the series. And since Steven Hillenburg has an influence on SpongeBob again, that's where I feel like, and a lot of other people too feel like, that SpongeBob will go back to being in the great quality that it was when it first came out, for like the first 3 seasons up to the movie. Unlike with The Simpsons, from what I understand, but The Simpsons is going on for 30 years. It's already confirmed for 29th and 30th season. We're in season 29 now, I believe, but I'm getting off topic again. But kind of not at the same time. Anyways, I'm Alex Wilmer, aka AP3 Jones. Thank you so much for watching until the end. That's it for me, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Let me know if this lighting isn't very good. Sorry, I'm just trying something new. Goodbye. Stop. Quick, stop.